Hello, my name's Aaron and I thought I'd share a few of my experiences with DIY e-bike building. I've had quite a few and this is my current one. Obviously it's a Carrera. I try and do everything on a budget because we're not all minted. Just got a regular job and 3 kids and a wife, so we do what we can. This is a kit I bought from Pedalees in the UK. It's a 1500 watt kit which comes with a wheel, obviously the motor in it, and then you get your, I think it's a 40 amp controller came with this one, and then you just get all your bits and pieces like your pedal assist sensor, brake levers that cut off, which personally I don't use. You get your throttle with it, and that's about it really. The main piece of the puzzle and the biggest expense is usually the battery. So I think if you can change a tyre on a bike and you can wire up a plug, you won't have too much issue. And this kit cost me, I think it was £260. So the battery was the biggest hit, which was 52 volt 17.5 amp hour battery with Samsung cells. That was about £440. But and then obviously the Carrera, standard sort of Carrera on offer, cost about £330. But yeah, I mean, put the back wheel in, you take your wheel out and put your kit wheel in. A lot of people recommend using torque arms, but like me, I save a lot of bits and pieces. So I had a few an old BMX frame I think I used on this one, just cut the back lugs off. Maybe a bit of a close up, and then just wrapped underneath. And then there are already some bolt holes in the frame, threaded holes, so they're bolted in. Just stops your wheel coming out of the frame under the torque, because I'd made that mistake. Put the wheel in, took it out, and it just ripped it straight out of the frame. So quickly knocked them up, and it's been fine ever since. Done about 1,000 miles on this. And then whereas wiring goes, you normally got 3 main wires, like thicker wires, to your motor from the controller, which are green, blue and yellow. And then you've got a red and black which go to your battery. And then there's about 6 or 7 small wires that go to your sensors in your motor. Other than that, it's I mean, the kit I got, a lot of them aren't labelled up very well, but other than sort of you, I mean, this one came with a throttle with a display, which is only seems to work with this controller. And if you rig it up wrong, there's only 1 wire on it, which I found out that will cause a bit of a burning issue. Most throttles are only 3 wires, but this one seems to have a full 52 volts straight from the battery through that wire. But if you've got any problems, I mean, if your motor's spinning wrong, you normally tell it's making a lot of noise, not running very smooth. You just tend to swap the blue, green and the yellow wires about, or any of the 7 sensor wires, and there's no issue there with causing any damage to anything, or not in my experience. So yeah, just wired that up, put the controller on the back of the seat. I'm fairly tall, so it fits in there. It's normally a bit tidier on this wiring here, but I've had the battery off and on, just using it for another project that I'll tell you about in a bit. This bike things I've added as well as the kit. I put a bigger chainring on, which obviously you can pedal this even at max speed, which I've had it up to about 40 miles an hour, but average it'll do about 34 miles an hour, and you can pedal with it. I mean, I would like a bit bigger one to pedal it, because you do still pedal like hell, sort of thing. We've got a gold chain. We've got just some fairly cheap Zoom hydraulic brakes. I think they were 40 quid for the pair. You get the levers, the calipers, all rigged up, ready to go. You don't need to bleed anything. And we've got some solar storm headlights, which I've got 2 rigged up just to one. I think it's something like an 8.3 volt rechargeable battery. That's plenty of light for what I need to do anyway. But yeah, performance wise, it'll do a good 30 mile, and that's not hanging about and hardly pedalling. So if you're pedaling with it and going along at a legal speed, obviously, I think it'd be good for at least 100 miles without going flat. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. I've put some new discs and things on it. It's pretty much plug and play. Different bars. It's bang on really. So I've done over 1,000 miles on this one, and it's good fun. It was a 29er, but I couldn't find a kit that had a 29-inch wheel, so I bought 27.5 for the back, which you can't really notice too much difference, and there's no difference in the handling. It's I've gone for a 2.6 tyre, which is about your max. As you can probably see, the clearance to the frame is not a lot. But yeah, this one's I was going to go for a 48 volt battery, but I've read a few reviews and it does have the edge. I built one for a mate of mine, 48 volt one, same kit, and mine has just got the edge on him. So yeah, I'd recommend it, but the 48 volt is a lot cheaper. I think he paid about 260 for his, for the battery, and same for the kit, so 520 all in, and he put it on a £100 bike. So for £620 you could have 30 mile an hour performance, and he uses this for work every day. The last one lasted him 3 years before it didn't even pack up. He sold it, and that's when I got him this faster kit for his other one. Other than that, pretty much it really. I say, feel free to ask any questions. Personally, I think they're very easy to rig up. You do get a lot of the cheaper 36 volt with the smaller controllers. None of the wires ever seem to match up. You do have to play about a little bit. I did buy actually a £200 controller and an LCD display, which is this one, and the controller's on another project I'm working on at the minute, and that was good. It tells you everything you need to know. It's with 5 different speed settings, and tells you what wattage it's drawing out of the motor, what your voltage your battery or percentage of batteries on. It does say that there's a Ryson motor. Yeah, there's a Ryson motor controller, and It's supposed to be USB, and you're supposed to be able to change the parameters on it, but I should have gone for the Bluetooth one, as I plugged it in my PC and tried to download the drivers and everything, but with no joy unless you're amazing on computers. It's not going to happen. So yeah, that's that. I mean, that told me everything I needed to know. Use that controller on it with display for a year. It's not pulling too much power or doing what it should be, what speed you're doing, all that. So I've put the old controller back on that I got with the kit. I know how far the back can go and what it's doing, so that's going on a different project, so I get the same info off that. I mean, I had the one before this, I had a 36 volt, which was legal speed. I think it's 25 kilometres in the UK, which is about 16 mile an hour. And obviously I've got this, so the wife wanted something. She was getting a bit mardy when we went on bike rides, so got a Carrera City in here. Bought that, I think that was similar, about 330. That come with hydraulic brakes on. That's the Vulcan, whereas mine's the Sulcata. Obviously it's got the little seat on there as well, which is they're a good little thing. Yeah, I think that kit was 1000 watt. Yeah, it's 1000 watt with my old 36 volt battery and all the electrics in the bag on the back there on the rack. So you just got your motor or your wiring up round into the bag, and then just obviously none of the cut off brake levers, because personally I find that if you're rolling up to cross a road and you pull your throttle back, when you've got them cut off brake levers, you have to wind your throttle back 2 or 3 times before the bike will kick in. So if you're in a rush, it tends to be more of a hindrance, if you ask me, although they call it safety. But yeah, this one's an old 36 volt, probably a 10 amp hour battery with a 1000 watt kit, which was the same again. They all range probably £200 to £300 for these sort of things, and theirs will reach about 23 mile an hour on that one. The kit came with just a little 5-speed setup with a little LCD on there. Obviously you can change your assist level. And same, we aren't bothered with any of the pedal assist, it's just all on throttle. Because with these I can't see that if you're going on motor, they're that fast, you can't really keep up with the pedals anyway. I mean, mine's just all, it's not even got 5 settings on it anymore, it's just press the button and all on throttle, all or nothing. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say really. We've got a pair of e-bikes. Obviously that one's a bit illegal because it's not got an on-road setting to do 16 mile an hour. It's just, but unless you're doing 30 mile an hour down the high street, as long as you're sensible with it, you don't seem to get too much bother. I've never been pulled over, and I recommend, like, if you've got the 5 settings on them. I did have it on this, but so I'm using it for my custom build. So you can put it in setting 2 or 3 on this one, which will do about 16 mile an hour, and then up it when you want to go off road. I'll just show you a quick quick video of what I'm building, which I'll be doing some videos on. Going for kind of a custom low rider. I'll just pause this and just put the front wheel out of my bike in it so we can get a better idea. So this is me custom low rider slash bobber looking project. I'm going for full on custom ride, which I'm going to do some videos on, but basically we have a 29-inch front wheel with a Springer looking front end. Then we've got more compressor on the back. I think it's an 1800 watt scooter motor on there. I'm going to get some truck horns on it and just trying to make it look full on custom, but I'm going to do a full, once I've got it all mocked up, I'm going to paint everything. I'll do a full, just how I built things and what things cost, and I don't know if some things are going to work yet, but if you don't try, you don't know. And we've got a bit of a dashboard going on there. We've got some switches, a couple of regulators, and then we're going to have air there just to lift it up and down, so that when it's parked, it's obviously sat on its belly. Use the air to lift it up into riding position. Yeah, it's coming on, but obviously I'm going to go for more of a dark look, sort of black with metal colours, brass, copper. Now I've got some, I'll show you around this side where all my wiring comes out. I'm going to have copper piping running down, and you've got your gas struts there which are going to lift it up and down. I tested the truck horns and they're insane. Yeah, sorry about the mess of the man cave. It's locked down, and this is sort of normally the tidy area, which turned into a bike building spot. We've got a good old wood burner there that I built, bar sort of area, so we all like a can of beer. And we've got parts corner. I'll say it's good to save all your bits and pieces, and you never know what you might need, save you some money. I was just working on a budget, especially this custom build. I mean, the Carrera was a bike that my brother-in-law got out of a skip. There's a frame and the forks, the bars, didn't have any wheels in it, and the crank and everything were knackered. But yeah, and then the box section aluminium, same again. Some old sidebars I think out of a skip off a truck, all aluminium. So far main expenses was £100 for the 6 litre compressor. I think the motor, 1800 watt scooter motor, was £73. It's just bits and pieces that cost money at the end of the day. Yeah, that's it really, that's me. Hope you like the video and follow me. I'm hoping this bike's going to be full on one-off. Everything works well. This is obviously the man cave slash workshop, like I say, burner, parts corner, all the basic tools really. Got some welders and bits and pieces. Also like my super bike, so I've got a bike under there, one undergoing some work, which I'll probably do a video on. But yeah, please subscribe, and hope it's been informative. I can do more detailed videos, but people go into a lot of stuff a bit too much sometimes, too much detail, when things aren't as hard if you just crack on. Like I say, if you've got a if you can wire a plug, change a tyre on a bike, then you don't really have a problem fitting any of these do-it-yourself kits. So got a bit more time in lockdown, thought I'd try something new. But anyway, have a good day.